Hello ladies and gentlemen, RP2 Vision would like to welcome you to another edition of AEW Dynamite Recap show. Without further ado, here's your host, Ronald Ray.
Hello, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to this week's AEW / Ring of Honor recap show. Of course, I'm Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. And yes, this is actually Saturday. Luckily, I survived the work week. Hopefully, you guys did too, and enjoying this weekend off. For those of you who are having to work this weekend, hey, we salute you too. But before we get started in today's Dynamite, gotta do the usual thing. For the ones who are my subscribers, I greatly appreciate you. And if you're not subscribing yet, go ahead, take your mouse and click on that subscribe button and enjoy these shows. Now that shit's out of the way, let's get on with this week's AEW Ring of Honor Dynamite Recap show. Dynamite this week takes place at the Rump Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky, that's the home of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Tommy Gilbert, Dangerous Doug Gilbert. Be sure you kids go check out some Eddie Gilbert stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, we lead off this week with the Sex Gods, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. I always want to say Guerrero. So if I actually do say Guerrero, I'll go ahead and apologize. Anyway, they are taking on Action Andretti and Absolute Ricky Starks. Actually, it's Guevara and Andretti who will start this match off, doing a little filling out process. Some counters, some go behind, some reach arounds, running over here, running over there. Of course, they do a few little flips here and there, and a superhero pose. Will we get a mutual handshake out of respect? Well, why hell no. But we do get the first super kick of the night by Sammy Guevara. During the course of the match, basically this whole exchange right here, this keeps going back and forth. We see a nice little dive from Action here, but he winds up nailing Garcia, and I couldn't really tell. It looked like Garcia actually pushed Sammy out of the way to take the hit, but and give a devil's due. Sammy Guevara actually came back with a foot dive of his own to hit the target. Fans are not really appreciative of Sammy Guevara. They pretty much think he sucks. Is this like X-Pac Geek, or just they really just don't like him, like his character, and he's like a true heel? Hopefully, it's that he's a true heel and just want to punch a guy in the face. Not really, of course, but you people know what I'm saying. Anyway, they do some more back and forth, some more flips, and they hit the double tag. So now it's Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho in there, and they're all up in each other's spaces. They trade chops. Ricky Starks will get the advantage. Bends Jericho's fingers in ways nature didn't really intend to be. Crap, that was my phone saying I got a text message. I need to cut that down. Well, I'll sit here and rub my mouth because I don't want to actually have to start all over again. And from what I was doing, because I feel like I was on a kind of a roll there. Anyway, oops, volume is almost down. We're getting there. Be patient. There we go. Of course, as you can tell, if you've been watching my videos, if I can spit it out, that I haven't figured out the editing part yet, or really just ain't had time to. Anyway, we get a nice little walk of the ropes, Undertaker style, by Ricky Starks, but it is cut off by a beautiful, beautiful top rope cutter by Sammy Guevara. They get a little heat on Starks here, but Starks would defend a top rope move from Guevara. Gives him 2 feet to the face, and then he makes a hot tag, and just some more back and forth for both teams. The finish came when somehow the referee didn't see Daniel Garcia hit Action Andretti in the face with a baseball bat. Don't matter. Sammy Guevara nails the GTH. They get the win. The less six odds. Walk out the victors. Good match here. Good opening. Uh, Gotta just give credit because even though he doesn't sometimes act like a heel, he knows how to get that heat. And Sammy Guevara, he's really turned into a heat magnet here too. So it doesn't matter what he does. He can do a triple jump, flippy floppy moonsault to the floor, jump up to his feet to the ring with a 450, and people will still do him, which is a good thing if you're a heel. Next up here is a match for the TNT Championship. The champion Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews. A little distraction from Julie Hart, or Darby was just trying to ask her out. Either way, it was enough for Matthews to hit the bicycle knee strike and get the early advantage. And this really is another display of how good this Darby Allin is. I mean, I personally can't say enough. He's probably, as you can tell by any of my recaps of AEW and Darby Allin's Evolved, I'm very much a big fan of his and his work. And Buddy Matthews, man, he's great in his own right too. I mean, his cruiserweight title run, his matches with Cedric Alexander, just a whole cruiserweight title run he had was really good. I mean, for me, it kind of put him on the map, but yeah, he kind of got shafted there by WWE. Thought they could slowly kept building him up because I think he was in the same group with Seth Rollins. Anyway, that's different. Speaking of Matthews, he uses power here to overpower. He uses power to overpower the smaller Darby Allin, but Darby, of course, would fight back, and we get a power outage here, and it's Malachi Black. Actually, in my notes I call him Aleister Black, but it's Malachi Black. I need to start thinking Children of the Corn here. Anyway, yeah, Malachi Black and Brody King came out, but Ortiz and Sting was able to chase them away. In the end, Darby Allin would nail the coffin drop. As Matthews was scraped over the middle rope, he takes up the 1-2-3 win, keeps the title. Very good match here. And as Darby Allin was getting up and looked like he was going to give us a little promo here, he's cut off by Samoa Joe, who is on the big screen. And basically, he says he's the king of television and he wants his TNT title back. We get another tag team match here with Jungle Hook, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and Hook versus Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. Decent enough match here. The baby faces shine early, Then thanks to some underhanded tactics by Ethan Page, they put the heat on Jungle Boy. They kind of put a little whooping on him. And Jungle Boy finally got the hot tag to Hook, and Hook starts suplexing people. Jungle Boy would somehow get back in the match, but gets caught with a side effect by Matt Hardy. That was always kind of a cool move. I know in the WWE games, sometimes when I do the creative wrestle, I always use that as a finisher. Anyway, I digress. It looks like Matt Hardy was going to put Jungle Boy away with the twist of fate, but all ego. I mean, yeah, I think that's what all ego. Ethan Page living up to his billing. He wanted in. He thought he had Jack Perry where he wanted him, but Jack Perry would have other ideas. He would counter, slap on a snare trap. Hook would, keep Matt Hardy away. Ethan Page would tap out, and your winners are Jungle Hook. Now we have daddy ass family therapy time. Basically, you kind of see. I mean, it wasn't all too dramatic. Basically, the ass boys were, you know, Billy the Guns were saying, "Hey, Daddy was on the road all the time. Then we got into business, and you still, choose the Acclaim over us, and Acclaim with their 2 cents." And basically, in the end, the Guns was like, "Hey, we want those tag straps." Okay, next match we have is Brian Cage, the Machine, against the American Dragon, Brian Danielson. And of course, this is one of the many challenges that's been brought onto Daniel Bryan thanks to MJF. Daniels were trying to do the strikes, but Cage fought him off. Uh, Big guy kept using his power. Uh, Daniels will actually counter F5 and put in the label lock. Uh, Brian Danielson just he had an advantage a little bit. Used some strikes, suicide dive, stunned Brian Cage, but Cage would counter back and keep using his power. Really started wrenching and working on that arm and shoulder of Brian Danielson. Um, this was great. This great storytelling in this match here. Um, as Brian Cage was attempting a second power bomb, Brian Danielson would roll him up and get the W. Like I said, of course, it's Brian Danielson. Brian Cage is good too. Um, I don't know if it's too late for his career to actually be a top star, um, but yeah, he's a good hand, man. And of course, after the match, we have the attack on Brian Danielson by Brian Cage. MJF will come in and try to do some more harm to the arm. Uh, they had it trapped in a cage or on a chair, excuse me. But like MJF was going to jump off the second rope and stomp on it, but he was saved by Konosuke Takashita. I hope I didn't butcher that name too much, but anyway, he came in, made the save. Later on, you've seen Brian Danielson in the trainer's room getting worked on, and he's saying, "Hey, can I wrestle or not? Screw it, I'm going to wrestle anyway." Uh, and of course, MJF says he's got a point for him next week, and Timothy Thatcher, and that's going to be a good one to watch next week. Next, we have the ladies, Toni Storm against Ruby Soho. And I've noticed it didn't take the AEW fans too long to sour on Toni Storm. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Also, to me, it's hard not to like Ruby Soho. Even when she was a heel in WWE, I wouldn't say it was forced. It was like it's kind of like Bobby Eaton. Still, you know, the times he was a heel, you still want to cheer him. Kind of that effect. Uh, anyway, pretty good match here. They went back and forth several times. Uh, Britt Baker, who was supposed to be in the match, made an appearance on the ramp. This would distract Toni Storm, and Ruby Soho would come back, take advantage, and pick up the win.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife and Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife and Natural.